Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. I'm your host, Kiera Dent, and I have this crazy idea that maybe I could combine a doctor and a team member's perspective because let's face it, dentistry can be a challenging profession with those two perspectives. I've been a dental assistant, treatment coordinator, scheduler, biller, office manager, regional manager, practice owner, and I have a team of traveling consultants where we have traveled to over 165 different offices coaching teams. Yep, we don't just understand you, we are you. Our mission is to positively impact the world of dental, and I believe that this podcast is the greatest way I can help elevate teams, grow VIP experiences, reduce stress, and create A-teams. Welcome to the Dental Team Podcast. Hello, Dental Team listeners. This is Kiera and the one and only Spiffy Tiffy coming to you today for 10 out of 12. We are here, Tiff. We are on the home stretch of this labor of love. System 10 out of 12 today, Operations Manual Creation. How are you, Tiff?
I'm good. I can feel it. Like we are right there. We're at the end. We've got this.
This is how it feels when you're almost done with your ops manual too. Like you can see the end there. And if you don't know what that feeling feels like, get ready for it. We'll help you out. So on ops manual, Tiff, how much fun do you have listening to ops manual? Like, I feel like this is a broken record system theme of consulting because it's such a pain in the booty to get done. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. I do. And I think it's like a broken record almost, right? And it just feels like never ending because it's a restart. So when we get a new client in, right, they're like, first thing, operations manual. And I'm like, dang it, look at me working on so many cool things. So like, you putting this together and the idea was just brilliant because then it allows us to really dive deep with our clients, I think, on other things that we're also excited about, but push the needle in other ways while they're in the background working on ops manual. So I think it's really cool.
Totally. And guys, if you have yet to join us, be sure to head on over to thedentalyteam.com, click on that banner and be sure to join our Ops Manual Intensive. It's 3 months in January. So January through March, we're going to help you guys kick off this Ops Manual. Also, though, if you are considering, which you should just not consider, you should just do it, joining the Dental Team family, we'd love to have you. And guys, any team member, so if you join virtually or you join in-person consulting, you actually get this Ops Manual Intensive included in your consulting next year. So we, like Tiff said, we got tired of spending our time consulting one-on-one with your Ops Manuals. So now we're actually running a 3-month course every quarter for our platinum clients to be able to get their operations manuals done while we continue to coach them on other items. So it's going to be amazing. It's a weekly thing. But guys, Ops Manuals, Tiff and I are just going to walk you back down through Dental Team's memory lane where, Tiff, do you remember it was a quarterly goal and we set it for our traction goal to get our ops manual done as a consulting team. Do you remember that?
I sure do. I definitely do.
It was one of the most boring quarters I think we have ever had. It was not sexy. It was not dreamy. Tiff, how was it building all those protocols for you?
It was boring, but I think that I found ways to add elements of fun. Like number one, I always made sure I had my music on. Number two, I made sure I had I'm a drinks girl. I had my coffee, my water, and my kombucha. I had all of my drinks ready. I made sure I was set up and I was comfortable and in a space where I could really create. And then I just busted it out and I copied and pasted. I used templates, and I feel like because we dedicated the time to it, that's why it got done. I don't think had we not been okay, this is happening here, block the day, block the time. I just talked to a practice earlier, actually. She's like, we've got 25% left. I'm like, great, block off the next 3 Fridays and get that 25% off done then. Just get it done. And I think that's what we had to do. So it was not exciting, but it had to be done. It had to be done. And I'm so thankful it was done because as we've onboarded people onto our team, they have something to go back and look at, something that teaches them how to use whatever product it is. And it's fantastic.
I would agree. And I think, Tiff, like there is nothing sexy, dreamy, amazing about making an operations manual, which is why it doesn't get done. You guys remember, let's go back in time to when Tiff and I did maximize case acceptance with you. I bet you're like, oh yeah, turn this podcast up. It's going to be so great. And then I'm like, operations manual. And you're like, cool story, Kiera. I feel the same way. Don't worry. I hate it too. But this is a necessary evil that will make your life so organized and so easy if you actually get it done. So the way to rate yourself on this one is to see, do you actually have an operations manual that is current? You can't just have it done. It's got to be current and relevant that you are utilizing. That means a vision, mission, core value statement, core values. Do you have an org chart? Do you have job descriptions for every single position in the practice? Do you have protocols completed for every single position in the practice? Do you have a 30, 60, 90-day onboarding for each position? Do you update this at least twice a year? Do you have videos for every single protocol within your handbook? And do you have this broken down into little guidebooks per position? And do you also have an employee handbook? Those are really, guys, it's not hard. It is not a hard thing to do. What is hard is that when we have protocols, we actually update it. What's hard is getting this sucker made at the beginning and then making sure it stays current. So like Tiff said, this is why I know you can get it done in 90 days because we've done it as a company. And don't worry, it was like a hustle at the end. Tiff, I think you made a bunch like almost on the last day. Did you make a lot of protocols?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I am always that person. You know that. That's why you have to give me deadlines. I tell practices all the time, like, do not give anyone in your office a project if it doesn't have a deadline, because I am for sure the one that's like, okay, my deadline's on Friday. Like, I will do all of this Friday morning and it's going to be fantastic.
Hello, Dentally Team listeners. This is Kiera, and you guys, how was your 2022? I want you to look back and tell me, was it the year of years or was it a really hard year? Did you crush it or did it crush you? This is the time, guys, for end of year. Dental A Team Platinum is welcoming you, where we will physically fly to your practice. We will come and we will elevate your dreams and make them into a reality. And guys, space is limited and prices are going up. This is not a sales pitch. This is not something where I'm trying to scare you into it. I'm just facing the reality of inflation is here, flights are expensive, and I want to see as many people as we possibly can and serve as many as we can. So if you want to be part of our elite group of people, there are limited spaces because our consultants can only see as many. We are taking on 10 new platinum offices by the end of the year, and that's it. That's all we have space for. So if you want to be one of the elite 10, come join us. Be a part of our top-notch elite doctor community. Be a part of our office manager and hygiene and front office communities. Get your operations manual done and live the life that you've only been dreaming of today. Email me hello@thedentalyteam.com and make 2023 truly a year that's unforgettable. We are a complete tax write-off. And like I said, we are only taking 10 offices. So don't get left behind. Be one of those 10. And I cannot wait to give you the biggest, warmest welcome to completely and utterly changing your life for good. Welcome to the Dental A Team. I can't wait for you to join us. hello@thedentalyteam.com. Cheers to 2023 and making you your best self yet. It's absolutely true. But guys, Tiff got it done. We have a dental consulting onboarding manual that we have used multiple times. It's amazing. We have a marketing one. We have a personal assistant / office assistant one. We have sales. We've got CEO. We've got all the positions in our practice, which honestly, guys, as an owner of a company, one, it makes my company more valuable. But two, holy cow, take the stress out of it. If people turn over, I'm like, it's fine. Not that it's fine, but I know I can either do the job or we can hire somebody to do it and have them do it our exact way. So I want you guys to really look at your ops manual. Is it done? If not, get this into a 5-star and just join our ops manual intensive and get it done that way. Guys, we will literally hold your hand through it. That's why it's in every single week. Come, we're going to teach you guys what you need to do. You'll get a homework assignment, if you will. People pay us thousands, and I'm talking like 10, 15, 20 plus $1,000 to come in and do an ops manual with them. And so you guys get all of that value for a fraction of the cost. So get this checked off, guys. I wouldn't even put this as a system that I need to work on because there is a solution for you. We already have the ops manual created for you. We already have the training time. We already have it planned for you. And even if you have your operations manual done, I think updating it is also equally as hard. So don't worry, Dental A team, we're coming at it and we are going to be updating these. Thankfully, every time someone comes in, we do update, or when they do leave, like we had a marketing gal leave and I asked her to go through and update all of her positions. Every time we hire a new consultant, we go back through this onboarding guidebook, make sure all the protocols are the same. Like we just switched softwares. We used to use Asana and now we've moved to ClickUp. Well, guess what? Those protocols are outdated from Asana. We need to update and make those protocols correct. So we have to, don't worry, Dental A team has January pretty much blocked off. Yep, you better believe it. We'll be updating our ops manual, but you've just got to have that cadence. So guys, this is one you could check off your list, get done, and give yourself a 5-star. So let's check to see, how is it? Are you utilizing it? Do you have onboarding for every position? And if not, give yourself a lower rating. I would actually say Dental A team, if we're on a 1 to 5, I give us like a 4 out of 5. And if we're on a 1 to 10, I would give us a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10 on our protocols. Tiff, what about you?
Yeah, I think I agree. I agree on both of those because I think they just need to be updated, like you said, for the new systems. And lucky for us, it's towards the end of the year and we'll be right there updating them.
Exactly.
And I think we do a pretty good job of like snagging it. And like I saw the other day that Pat he already had some ClickUp tutorials and stuff that were in there. I'm like, this is fantastic. Like we do a pretty decent job at realizing this is something new we've got to teach the team. So while we're teaching the team, we might as well just build the protocol.
Exactly. So we're taking the hard work out for you guys. So I want you to give yourself a rating. I agree with Tiff. We have a ton of things already in there, but guys, it was a full blown, we are hunkering down, rolling up our sleeves and getting this done. And I will say there has never been a day since that ops manual has been done for us that I have regretted the time, money, or effort spent to get this done. Not once. And I don't think any office who's actually gotten it done and utilizes it ever feels that way. So guys, join us. Give yourself a rating. Like I said, if you're below a 5, just sign up. It'll be amazing. Head on over to thedentalyteam.com. I super can't wait to see you there. Give yourself a rating and be sure to join us next week. This one's way sexier, guys. Practice profitability. We're rolling you guys into end of year. It is perfect timing for it. So we'll see you in January at Ops Manual Intensive and next week for Practice Profitability. Tiff, thanks so much. I super appreciate you being on this and also for making our Ops Manual. Like, I think we've actually got it dialed down, and I will say you were actually the inspiration for me to get an Ops Manual done because me as an office manager, I didn't actually have one and you had one. And so you've always been an inspiration to me of it really is possible for a practice to have it. And I think we've done that successfully for so many practices. So thanks for being the motivation for it, the inspiration for it, and then also teaching it so easily to all of our practices.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for telling me that. I love that.
You're welcome. All right, guys, as always, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the Dental A Team Podcast. And that wraps it up for another episode of the Dental A Team Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.